Science is powered by curiosity. Space science, however, is powered by curiosity and immediately punished for it, because every time scientists say, "Let's just see what happens," space hears, "Excellent, let me emotionally damage you." Today's story is about a space experiment that was never supposed to be exciting, never supposed to be confusing, never supposed to make anyone uncomfortable. It was supposed to confirm something we already knew. Instead, it produced results that nobody could explain, nobody could model, and nobody wanted to present at a conference without sweating through their shirt. No explosions, no heroic sacrifice, no dramatic last words, just numbers, and numbers can be terrifying. Act 1. An experiment designed by very tired people. This experiment wasn't bold. It wasn't ambitious. It wasn't groundbreaking. It was designed by a room full of engineers who just wanted to confirm that a system behaved normally in space. That's it. The goal was literally, verify expected behavior under standard conditions. That sentence alone should tell you how boring this was meant to be. No unknowns, no risk, no discovery, just confirmation. Engineers love confirmation because confirmation means nobody has to redesign anything. Act 2. Why everyone was so confident. This experiment had been tested on Earth, been simulated to death, been reviewed by multiple committees. The data from ground testing was clean. The models agreed. The margins were generous. Someone actually said, "This is the least stressful experiment on the manifest." Space took that personally. Act 3. Experiment startup. Calm before the regret. The spacecraft reaches the correct configuration. Power is routed. Sensors are armed. Mission control is relaxed. No pacing, no dramatic whispering, no crossed fingers. The experiment begins. Initial data arrives. Everything looks normal. Too normal. Act 4. The first number that shouldn't exist. About 10 minutes in, someone notices a value. Not a big value, not a dangerous value, just wrong. Not wrong enough to trigger alarms. Not wrong enough to stop the experiment, just wrong enough to be annoying. Someone says, "That's weird." That sentence has started more disasters than gravity. Act 5. Probably noise. The lie we tell ourselves. It's probably noise. Sensors do that. Space is messy. Fair enough. Space is messy. But this number isn't messy. It's clean, repeatable, consistent, which is worse. Act 6. They run the experiment again. They reset, they rerun. Same result. Exact same value. Same timing. Same behavior. Now it's not noise. Now it's rude. Act 7. Denial becomes a lifestyle. Engineers begin the sacred ritual of denial. They check sensor calibration, data pipelines, unit conversions, timestamps. Everything is correct, which means the problem is real. Nobody likes that. Act 8. The room goes silent. The jokes stop. Coffee appears. Someone leans back and says, "Okay, that's not good. Not because it's dangerous, because it doesn't make sense." Act 9. When models betray you. They compare real data to simulations. The simulation says, "This should not happen." Reality says, "And yet." The models are confident. Reality is smug. Reality always wins. Act 10. The worst question in engineering. Someone finally asks, "What if the model is wrong?" That sentence hits the room like a dropped wrench in zero gravity. Because models are trusted. Models are expensive. Models are careers. And now the model is being side-eyed. Act 11. The data keeps coming and makes it worse. The experiment continues. The weird result doesn't disappear. It doesn't fluctuate. It doesn't drift. It just exists consistently. Consistency is terrifying. Random errors can be ignored. Consistent ones demand attention. Act 12. Theory time. Every option is bad. Theories start flying. Maybe there's an interaction we didn't model. Maybe the environment is influencing it. Maybe this parameter isn't independent. Each theory implies missing physics, incomplete understanding. More work, nobody is happy. Act 13. The junior engineer. Curse strikes again. A junior engineer asks, "Has this ever been observed before?" Silence. Someone checks archives. Someone checks old reports. Nothing. This result is new. New is bad. Act 14. The horrifying realization. The experiment didn't fail. The sensors didn't lie. The system didn't break. The experiment worked. It just revealed something nobody understands, which is the worst possible outcome. Act 15. Publicly, everything is nominal. Public statements go out. Experiment completed successfully. Data is being reviewed. Technically true, emotionally misleading. Inside mission control, panic is being handled professionally, which means quietly. Act 16. Why unknown? Results are terrifying. Unknown failures are scary. Unknown successes are worse. It's because you don't know what caused it. You don't know what it affects. You don't know if it's dangerous. Space loves ambiguity. Act 17. The experiment becomes a liability. What was supposed to be a checkbox is now a problem. Do they rerun it? Do they stop it? Do they pretend it didn't happen? Each option is bad. Act 18. Shutting it down, not because it failed. They stop the experiment, not because it's broken, because it's unsettling, because it asks questions nobody is ready to answer. Act 19, the post-experiment. War room reports are written. Meetings multiply. Language gets careful. Words like unexpected, anomalous, Requires further investigation appear everywhere. Nobody writes, "We are uncomfortable," but everyone feels it. Act 20. Why space does this to us? Space doesn't owe us explanations. It doesn't care about models. It doesn't care about expectations. It just behaves. And sometimes that behavior doesn't fit our math. This experiment didn't betray science. It reminded science that nature doesn't care about being understood. Sometimes the universe hands you numbers and says, "Good luck." This was the story of the space experiment that produced results nobody could explain. No explosions, no failure. Just the quiet realization that space still has secrets, and it enjoys reminding us.